Imagine blending into your surroundings in seconds, no costumes, no special effects, just pure biology. That's what chameleons do, and it's one of nature's most incredible adaptations. These small reptiles can shift their colors not just for camouflage but also to communicate or regulate temperature. But how? It's not magic. It's a complex interplay of specialized cells, pigments, and structural changes in their skin. Today we're diving into the science behind chameleons' color-shifting superpower, because if you thought your mood ring was cool, wait until you see what these lizzies can do. Chameleons don't just blend into leaves, they communicate using color. Their skin shifts with specialized cells called chromatophores, rearranging pigments like an artist's palette. Brighter hues signal stress or mating readiness, while darker shades help them cool down in sunlight. Unlike camouflage, which hides them from predators, these color changes are a language of light showing mood, dominance, and even temperature control. Chameleons shift colors using specialized skin cells, chromatophores, pigment-filled, and Iridophores, light-reflecting. Stress triggers rapid melanin dispersion, darkening their skin in milliseconds. Mating displays use vibrant structural coloration from Iridophores. This isn't just camouflage, it's a complex biological system for survival and communication. Chameleons don't just change color to hide, they're reacting to light itself. UV rays trigger their skin cells, making them glow or darken depending on sunlight. Imagine a lizard that's not just blending in, but also soaking up energy like a solar panel. This isn't magic, it's a survival hack. Their skin adjusts to temperature and mood, using light as a silent language. But how exactly does this work? Let's break it down. Chameleons change color using chromatophores, tiny cells packed with pigment like red or yellow. When threatened, nerve signals trigger these cells to spread, darkening their skin for camouflage. Iridophores, light-reflecting cells, scatter sunlight to create shimmering blues and greens. This isn't just about hiding, it's a survival strategy. A stressed chameleon might flash bright colors to signal danger or regulate temperature, blending biology with behavior. Chameleons don't just rely on color to hide, they also use body posture and movement like a secret language. When threatened, they flatten their bodies against branches or leaves, making them look like part of the plant itself. Their eyes can move independently, scanning for predators while their head stays motionless. Even their tongues are used strategically. When not hunting, it stays tucked away, reducing the risk of detection. This isn't just camouflage, it's survival in disguise. But how do these behaviors work together? Let's break it down. Chameleons don't change color just to hide, they're actually reacting to light and mood. Their skin has tiny cells called chromatophores that store pigments like red or yellow, while Iridophores reflect sunlight to create shimmering blues and greens. This isn't magic, it's science. When a chameleon feels stressed, it might flash bright colors to warn predators, not just blend in. And get this, their skin can also adjust to temperature, acting like a living thermostat. But how does all this work together? Let's break it down. Chameleons don't just blend into their surroundings. They're using a hidden color-shifting system. Their skin is packed with tiny cells called chromatophores, which act like pigment containers. These cells can spread out or compress to display colors instantly, almost like magic. But it's not magic, it's science. When threatened, they might flash bright colors to scare off predators or even regulate their body temperature. This isn't just about hiding, it's a survival strategy that's been perfected over millions of years. Chameleons change color using specialized cells in their skin called chromatophores and Iridophores. Chromatophores hold pigments like red or yellow, while Iridophores reflect light to create blues and greens. To study this, scientists use microscopes to observe how these cells react to temperature, mood, and light. They also track how chameleons adjust their color in response to threats or social signals. For example, stressed chameleons adjust their color in response to threats or social signals. For example, a stressed chameleon adaptation, behind the complex mechanism behind this fascinating adaptation. Imagine a material that shifts color like a chameleon's skin reacting to light, temperature, even your mood. Scientists study chromatophores, the tiny cells that store pigments and reflect light. But could this tech go beyond nature? Military stealth suits or smart camouflage clothing might soon blend us into our surroundings instantly. However, challenges remain: energy efficiency, durability, and ethical concerns about surveillance. Could chameleon-inspired materials redefine how we see and hide in the future? Chameleons don't just blend in, They send signals using tiny cells called chromatophores. When stressed, they flash bright colors to warn predators, but this takes energy. Scientists study these trade-offs. Shifting colors is costly, yet it's a survival tool. This shows how even the most advanced adaptations come with hidden costs, balancing efficiency and survival in nature. Chameleons aren't just masters of camouflage, they've evolved unique strategies for survival depending on where they live. In dense rainforests, species like the veiled chameleon blend into mossy branches, using their color to avoid predators or attract mates. Meanwhile, in arid deserts, panther chameleons shift from bright greens to earthy browns, helping them regulate body temperature while staying hidden. This adaptation isn't just about survival. It's a balancing act between energy use and environmental demands. Scientists study these differences to understand how nature finds studies study these irritants. Chameleons are incredible survivors, but their future is at risk. Habitat loss, climate change, and illegal pet trade threaten their existence. For example, the veiled chameleon, native to Yemen, faces declining populations due to deforestation in its arid homelands. Meanwhile, panther chameleons from Madagascar suffer from overcollection for exotic pets. Protecting these species isn't just about saving unique animals, it's about preserving delicate ecosystems that depend on them. Small actions, like supporting conservation efforts or reducing plastic waste, can make a big difference. Let's not detain them on them. Chameleons don't just change color, they perform an evolutionary magic trick. Beneath their skin, millions of tiny cells called chromatophores adjust like a living pixel display. These cells expand or shrink to blend with their surroundings, but it's not just about hiding. When threatened, they might flash bright colors as a warning, burning energy like a siren's call for predators to think twice. This balance between camouflage and communication is nature's way of fine-tuning survival, yet chameleons face threats from habitat loss and overcollection, risking the disappearance of these incredible survivors. Protecting them isn't just about saving one species.